Right. Hello. So I'm going to be presenting a status report on the CRM system implementation. Today is March 2nd. My name is Cole Bishop, and this is for SE-460. So first of all, let's go over the business goal and objective. Um, so our goals are to manage customer data effectively, to improve the customer relationship management process, to enhance communication channels with customers. We also want to increase customer satisfaction and retention. And finally, we want to provide insights through data for more informed decision making. And then a couple of our need dates is that we want to be able to have full deployment completed by week 32. We want our post-implementation review completed by week 36. And we want ongoing support established immediately after the deployment. Next up, we have our project scope. And a couple of the things that we have inside of our project scope is that we want assessment of the current CRM process and identification of areas for improvement. We also have the selection of appropriate CRM software solutions and customization of CRM systems to align with the organizational requirements. Also data migration from legacy systems to the new CRM platform. Integration with existing systems such as ERP, marketing automation, and support tools is important. User training and change management initiatives, and then post-implementation support and optimization. All right, so here we have a little diagram showing how our different areas are looking so far. So green means that we have everything is looking good, and then amber means that there are still some concerns. So starting off, we have our scope, and that is in the green because it's clearly defined and approved. Next up, we have our schedule, also in the green because it looks like we're on track for 32-week deployment. Our budget in the green because we are within our approved budget. Data migration is where we start to get into some of the ambers because we're still ongoing with data validation. Integration is also amber because that complexity is, we're trying to figure out how to manage it. User adoption is in amber because we're still figuring out the training plan. And then security is in the green because we have all of our measures planned and aligned. Now we get into the project schedule overview. So we have phase one is where we define project objectives, scope, and requirements. Phase two is where we develop a project plan, including alternatives, um, including timelines, resource allocation, and budget. And then phase three is where we design the CRM system architecture. Phase four is where we migrate the data to the new CRM system. Phase five is where we customize the CRM system based on user and business requirements. Phase six revolves around user training to get them acquainted with the system. Phase seven involves performing system testing. Phase 8 is where we plan and execute the CRM system go live process. Phase 9 is where we gather feedback from users once the system is out in the open, and then we address any remaining issues that they may have. And then Phase 10 is not listed here, but we can view it as just an ongoing support and maintenance phase. Um, so now let's talk about some issues and risks. I have four of our risks that we've identified here to go over them real quick. So data migration issues, that's a likelihood that we feel is a moderate chance of happening. And if it were to happen, its impact would be very high. But we can mitigate it by doing test migrations, validation checks, and rollback and creating a rollback plan. Some of the other ones are an integration challenges. The likelihood is moderate. Again, it has a high impact, but we can try to mitigate it by doing early integration testing and then really involving our stakeholders with the whole process. Next up, we have the user adoption resistance. That's a high likelihood, but the impact is only moderate because we can mitigate it by really reinforcing early on engagement, creating a strong training platform, and then creating a good communication plan as well. Security breaches, those are a low likelihood, but their impact would be very high. So we want to do security audits, check our best practices, and really monitor the whole system. Now that brings us to wrapping up. So some of our help needed sections going forward, what we're going to need from you is we need you to um, enforce executive reinforcement of the CRM adoption across departments. We want timely stakeholder participation during the UAT phase, so during testing. We want high IT resource availability during integration. We want approval of our final data migration plan, support for enforcing standardized CRM usage policies. Um, and then going forward, we're going to be moving into um, complete system design and configuration. We want to begin migration testing, launch user training, and prepare for the UAT phase. Um, Thank you for tuning in.